So one night I found myself watching heavily. Come on. There we go. Heavily Delusion is undeniably one of the standout anime of 2023. It put to shame even the greats like Zom 100, Jujutsu Kaisen, and even the famed Oshi no Ko. Alright, I lied. You got me. You think I'm about to sit here and watch an anime with like 30 girls? Honestly, I didn't expect Heavily Delusion to hit as hard as it did, and it got me thinking, well, what took me so long to watch this anime? I mean, I had multiple friends asking me to watch Heavily Delusion, and on top of that, Kiruko is kinda, you know. But enough of that. Allow me to introduce you to my favorite anime of 2023. Heavily Delusion, also known as Tengoku Daimakyou. Suppose that a great calamity befell your world, and now you're living in this post-apocalyptic Japan where anything could happen. And they have these monsters called man-eaters. The story follows your main characters, Maru and Kiruko. They're both traveling together, scavenging for anything they consider useful. In this world, anything edible, any piece of equipment, or even a battery becomes a coveted treasure. Dead bodies? Yes, they come across dead bodies too. My evil side leaked out. I meant to say they come across lovely couples that just so happen to pass away while holding hands. But there's one thing that makes this anime so different from others. Unlike other anime, Heavily Delusion doesn't spoon feed you information. It's very subtle. For example, they'll hit you with it in episode 1. Kona is sitting here drawing a monster you see in episode 4. That's crazy. Or the fact that she's running this situation with an empty gun. You could have noticed that, and you would have noticed that if you were L from Death Note, or maybe even Lelouch. But the power is unfathomable because I've watched everything you missed in Heavily Delusion. That is not a joke, by the way.
Keep your eyes sharp and you'll come out on top 9 times out of 10.
Meet Robin, a character known for his incredible kindness through the perspective of Kiruko. Part of Kiruko's journey involves reuniting with Robin, an old friend from whom they were separated for some time. This is the Doctor. He serves as the other half of Kiruko's goal. She wants to find this doctor, the same one who operated on her in the past. Unfortunately for her, not much is known about him. All the information she has is a single picture of him. Will she find them? Will you find my hand if I slap you in the face? Yeah, I got questions too, and they don't always get answered. Kiruko, aka man-eaters. I flashed him a couple times in the video. In case your pea-sized brain didn't catch on, they eat people, stupid. These monsters have no feelings. They don't even think, probably. And honestly, Heavily Delusion goes crazy with these fight scenes. I'm not gonna show it all, but just know who the GOAT is. Did I make you think it was this female? Nah, bruh, it's Maru. Alright, I'm hating on her a little bit, but let me give your boy some hype. Maru has got hands like Bruce Wayne. I'm telling you, he's going crazy scene. And the boy has superhuman abilities and strength. He also has this ability called the Maru Touch, his ultimate technique. Alright, I'm trying to hype it up, but it's not even that cool. It's no spirit bomb, but it does one-shot the enemy all the same. With the power of his Maru Touch, he grabs the heart of his enemies and crushes it. And by enemies, I mean Kiruko only. His Maru Touch only affects them. He can only kill Kiruko. Much like his bodyguard, Kiruko. Yeah, she's his bodyguard for some reason. I guess she got the blick, but Maru just be slapping cheeks by himself with no gun. I promise Maru doesn't need her. Much like Kiruko, Maru's looking for somebody as well. Somebody he says looks exactly like him. He only has a few pieces of information to go off of. One of them is the elusive place known as Heaven, and he's specifically looking for that one. Another clue is the symbol on Kiruko's special gun that she got in a super secret special way. At every chance they get, at every corner they turn, they come across tomatoes. Do you perhaps care for a tomato? There's actually food and people here. This kind of seems like heaven. You can consider this side of the anime heaven and the other side hell. And you're finally catching on, aren't you? It took you long enough. So this place is called Takahara Academy. The idea of this, hold on. Much better. The plot behind Takahara Academy is actually quite similar to Promised Neverland. It's this picture-perfect utopia where the Takahara students are living blissfully unaware of their intended purpose. They've been mentally psyoped, and it's so effective that most of the Takahara students don't even have the idea that there could be an outside world. They're instructed in classrooms and purposely kept unaware of the realities of the outside world. But despite this, the students start to like each other, like really like each other. So much so that Tokio actually becomes pregnant, which isn't something they were taught, so it kind of bothers the adults. And whatever, they actually got mentally psyoped twice. Something is trying to corrupt their innocence, and you could notice this multiple times throughout the show if you pay hyper attention. Like right here, Tokio was taking a test, and one of the questions just so happened to be asking her if she wanted to go outside. Now this fosters a curiosity in Tokio about what lies behind the walls, or if anything actually does lie behind the walls. Now I can get into what that something is, but then we'd have to get into theories and all that, so how about no? Instead, I'll tell you about how these men got milked for 10 years from the age of 10. This man was trapped in this school surrounded by walls. The tale begins in a land where hostile women ruled. Around 30 women, aged 30 to 40, made that town their home. Any man who accidentally approached it would be killed, but in rare cases, if they thought the man was healthy and attractive enough, they would imprison him and keep him at the on-demand milking station. He spent 10 years in that town as what they called him, Boar Number 11. The breeding pigs would provide manual labor and also provide the woman with sperm. One couple kept asking for him over and over. If a girl was born, she would be accepted into the town as a human. But if it was a boy, he would be taken from his mother and raised by the breeding pigs to be a breeding pig. Eventually, one of them became pregnant, but of course it was a boy. One night, about 6 months later, that couple hatched a plan. The 4 of them would flee the town together under the cover of darkness. But they were caught, and he, Juichi, was the only one to escape. The next day, the couple's corpses were strung up on the town wall. It had been 1 year since that date passed. And that's the end of the story. Look at this animation though, gee. Oh, it's nothing short of breathtaking. Every frame, every moment of the anime is a testament to the dedication and skill of the animators. From the fluidity of the characters' movements to the intricate details of the background. Oh, I can tell they put their heart into this one. The animation in this anime sets a new standard for excellence. It's not just a visual treat, but a crucial storytelling tool that elevated my experience. And to that, I will raise my hands and clap. It looks like a movie. If only the characters weren't built like Steven Universe, I would enjoy it even more.